Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Road to Redbull Wololo Legacy August Weeklies, and today we've got the first quarterfinal set. On the west side of the map, we've got Wham playing in red as the Holy Roman Empire, and on the east side of the map, we have got playing in blue, also as the Holy Roman Empire, MarineLord. The map is Holy Island, so there's lots of holy things going on here apparently, and this is an interesting map, a new map to feature for the Redbull Wololo, or the road to it rather. And it's an interesting map, certainly. It's kind of a third water and two-thirds land. As you can see, lots of fish to be had here on the southwest. And across goes this river, or this, I guess this water patch goes all the way across the map. And in the center, we have got this so-called Holy Island. It's got a sacred site on it and two big gold veins, 1,600 gold to be taken in that area. And the other sacred site is on the mainland in the middle of the map. And mostly things are symmetrical. So you can see right down the spine of the map, we've got one relic there, one closer to Wham, and then one closer to MarineLord. So three are kind of in a line there. And then there's one very close sort of bang in the middle. And then one a little bit again in the middle, but towards the shoreline. So it's a Holy Roman Empire mirror match. Interesting civilization, quite a common civilization chosen on sort of hybrid maps like this, because of course they can use the prelate to gather or inspire their villagers to gather a lot of wood, and both players have invested in a dock. So it will be an interesting one because of course in mirror matches like this, it's really going to depend on the type of build you go for. We do see some spearmen coming out for Wham, maybe looking to put some pressure on this dock. There's no static defenses here for MarineLord at the moment, so that could become an issue. There is no barracks here so far for MarineLord, so he won't be able to push that back if he doesn't scout it in time. That could become a problem. And that first spearman is coming out forward for Wham, and Wham looking to deny that dock. But a decent number of fishing ships there for MarineLord. He'll want to keep that alive, of course. 5 on the field for Wham in terms of fishing ships. And losing this fishing economy will be very brutal if that does indeed happen. Because of course there's a lot of wood investment here, and the spearman is going out forward now. The only counter to this for MarineLord really is either go to the fuel age incredibly fast, which is actually about to happen, but then he will need an archery range and get those archers out. The only other thing you can think about doing is dropping a barracks. But as you can see, his economy is not really set up for that. It doesn't have enough wood for that barracks, so it'll take some time, and it would need the wood for the archers anyway to follow that up. And it's looking a little bit precarious here, where I'm going to start sieging down this dock. It does mean that he's going to be stuck in the Dark Age for a little bit longer than MarineLord, but it's certainly worth the investment if it pulls it off and destroys that dock. A third spearman coming across. That is indeed the fourth spearman. Actually, there's a lot more of them. Holy moly, he's really got to go for it. He's got 3, 4, and there's a fifth one coming along the map already, and the sixth. So he's going full ham on the spearman. Going to look to try and he's going to go for an outpost rush. Going to try and take out some of the villagers on this gold line here, and might be able to take at least 1 or 2. Some villagers being microed back here. MarineLord might look to bring back his prelate to heal them up, and Wham decides better of it. He's not actually going to go for the outpost. Indeed, his outpost wouldn't have gone up in time. MarineLord successfully defends that position. That is very key. He needs that gold to get up to the castle age in the future, because the golds are a little bit precariously positioned. As you can see, there's no other close by gold. There's one a bit closer to the map in the middle, but that is very much open. An outpost going on the wood line here. There are a couple of villagers going to go out to try and fight this off. That could become an issue. The dock is going to be on fire relatively soon. The issue is that there hasn't been much torching for too long. Will they be able to get rid of that dock before archers start to come out? I suspect we'll see a archery range being placed as soon as this goes up, and that will be going up very soon. Ark and Chapel going to be influencing things very soon, and unfortunately that outpost didn't go up. I think he lost those 2 villagers. No, the 2 villagers were pulled back for Wham, so he's going to help try and siege that down. And that dock going down will become an issue, because there will be a lot of food resources cut off from MarineLord. It's going to have to make a transitions to the sheep there. The prelate inspiring, so he's going to have a lot of wood here for sure. MarineLord, I think 20 villagers on wood is getting that archery range as we expected to happen. Now the dock has gone down. Now the issue for MarineLord, he doesn't have a dock in order to be able to drop off this food. And Wham doubling down with the second dock, looking to try and win the water. He's very keen on that. 2 villagers going on gold here, not keeping them idle at all, and it looks like Wham is going to go out with the Ark and Chapel as expected, going to be able to inspire those gold villagers and partially the wood. And it's very important that he gets up to the feudal age quickly, because his opponent is already there. Then we're going to look to try and harass the villagers on gold, just create some idle time where you saw, oh, what's going on here? MarineLord I'm not sure if MarineLord knew that was going to happen. I think he was going to try and bring the sheep towards the Ark and Chapel. That must be a misclick because these villagers are going to have a long distance to walk. I don't know if he's got a mill for wheelbarrows, so that's going to be incredibly painful. That must have been a misclick. And now the problem for Wham is that he doesn't really have units he wants on the field. Archers are going to kite the spearmen. They're going to be garrisoning inside the outpost. And really, Wham is just buying himself some time here, you feel. Going to get that second dock up. And now in the feudal age, he's going to look to get a galley archer ship on the field, on the waters to protect those waters, those fishing ships. And push on ahead from there. One spearman will be going down for Wham. A little bit of micromanagement, not like him. And yeah, MarineLord cuts his losses there. Gets a mill. He would have had to invest in a mill really anyway. Probably would have done it on the berries later on, but he will want to think about getting wheelbarrow. So not the biggest loss in the world, but he's not going to obviously get for wheelbarrow just yet. Now, MarineLord looking to get a dock of his... Wait. When did that go up? He managed to sneak a dock in the middle, going there for a double dock. Going to try and fight back and get the waters back. But if this villager does go down before the dock goes up, oh, the dock goes up just in time for MarineLord. That is actually very, very key. Because now there will be double dock production of galleys, as you can see. Now the galleys are going forward for Wham, but it's going to need to build up a good number of them. So we are going to have a navy battle on our hands. MarineLord winning back his position on the water, and that is actually key. It looks like those two villagers did go down for Wham. The forward position is kind of struggling now. Horsemen coming out, but won't be able to do too much damage, especially with this outpost there. Barracks going down. Looks like MarineLord going to transition into spears, noticing the stable and the horsemen there for Wham. Now the archer ship coming forward now. It looks like he's going to try and do some damage on the fishing ships. Decides to go back. He recognises that MarineLord has some archer ships of his own, showing some respect and heading back to regroup into numbers and take a more effective fight. We shall see how this one pans out. Lots of villagers on gold. Going to be funding those archer ships. Go for a blacksmith as well. Looking to get some upgrades. Overall, a very nice start to the game. Both players on the same economy numbers, 38. As you guys know, things can change very quickly on this map, especially when it comes down to navy and land battles. 3 galleys on the field for Wham. And he's continuing to produce from the 2 docks. And it's be interesting to see how much MarineLord commits. He's not committing all that much more. He hasn't started to continue to produce. That could become an issue. The galley's going to look to come around here for MarineLord, look to see what damage he can do. The galley numbers are starting to kind of build up for Wham. Wham definitely making it priority here, the waters. He wants to try and deny the fish if he can, and this could become an issue for MarineLord. Hasn't really continued to produce. He doesn't see what's going to happen here. He doesn't see what's coming, which is going to be a massive fleet of these archer ships. There is the Regnus Cathedral for MarineLord going up to the castle edge at a very nice time, all things considered. And Wham a little bit behind, to say the least. So Wham is going to be struggling to get to the castle edge in any sort of meaningful time, but he is going to be assaulting some of these villagers with the horsemen, cycling through, using the mobility to go around. But spearmen, oh, you missed out on a chance there. It's going to be barracks. It's going to be Regnus Cathedral, triple barracks, man-at-arms play. This could become a problem for Wham because it is very difficult to defend against castle age man-at-arms when you're stuck in the feudal age. There's quite a lot of sheep there. You probably want to bring that back, but actually really is focusing on the food here, the fish. There are a decent number of archer ships, galleys going forward now, 6 of them. And he should be able to take an effective fight, but the defender's advantage for MarineLord will certainly help. Looks like Wham is going to back off. He needs to play defensive a little bit on the land now that he is stuck in the feudal age compared to his opponent. Barrett's going up there looking to get man-at-arms in the castle age when he gets there as well, but maybe just hold on with some spearmen or man-at-arms of his own would be useful. But of course they won't be castle age ones. Yeah, now looks like MarineLord is going to get demo ship and continue to produce those archer ships. Wham looking to take these out, but I think he's got the defender's advantage, which is really quite key here. And does take down one archer ship, even with the defender's advantage of the healing up. Now this could be a problem because he's going to have the numbers advantage here, but the demo ship will be coming out. Will we see a big bada boom? Quite possibly. We'll see, because this is an issue. MarineLord will lose the waters now if he's not careful, but there is a demo to see how much damage it can do. Is Wham going to be paying attention? That is the key issue. He needs to be paying attention. There's the demo. Wham is not paying attention. He's going to get hit. Oh, there's going to be quite a few ships going down. Just 2. Overall, not bad value there for MarineLord for certainly, but Wham won't be too perturbed by that. That is for sure. But now there's a Hulk, and that is a key issue. This Hulk needs to be taken down because this thing can do a lot of damage. A lot of HP has been taken on already, and so the galley is doing... Yeah, this is fantastic work by Wham. MarineLord not able to macro this particularly well as much as he would have wanted to. That Hulk going down now means it's a problem. There are 2 demo ships coming up, but these docks don't go down easily, so Wham is going to just keep up the pressure and try and get rid of these. But whilst he's in the feud age, he's going to be struggling. That is for sure. Against the hulks is not going to be a good idea. There are 2 demo ships coming out that could do a lot of damage to these these archer ships, and Wham is continuing to produce those. And the more he continues to produce those on land, on water, sorry, it means that on land he's going to struggle. Keeping some army groups here just to keep them scouting information. But as you can see, MarineLord does have early man-at-arms. He hasn't got the upgrade just yet. We'll probably want to do that relatively soon. There is the upgrade coming in to the full Castle Age man-at-arms. Oh, the demo, we missed it, but we can see the after effects of that. A lot of damage there. Wololo go. Oh my god, that was close. That was very close. Wham, managing to get away with it, sniping the monk just in time, the prelate just in time. And there was a big bada-boom there for sure from those 2 docks. Going to be more hulks coming out. And now with only 2 archer ships, Wham isn't really going to be able to deny sort of the presence of the dock. Of course, the important thing is he's denied the fishing, which is incredibly strong. Prelate's coming back just to heal up those spearmen and a couple of archers. Oh, the horsemen do snipe a prelate, which is actually quite important. He's going to head back now. Wham. Really committing now. He's going to get that Regnus Cathedral of his own. Looks like Wham needs to protect those relics from being picked up. Have any been picked up already? Let's just double check on that. There have been 2 relics indeed picked up for MarineLord. Look at his gold income. It's pretty insane at the moment. Oh, a fishing ship was coming out there. A little bit of an awkward time. There is the hulk there. Going to be microed here. But yeah, with only 3 galleys looking to take down the hulk, it's not going to work really. In the meantime, you get the feeling Wham's need to just protect his archer ships just for now. He's going to head back, which is certainly the right thing to do. And you get the feeling he's going to go down for hulks as well. Yep, that is indeed the case. Wham is going to go in for some hulks of his own. Going for his own man-at-arms. Be nice to see some crossbows in the mix. There's some veteran archers. Now this is a fight that Wham should win, despite having feudal age man-at-arms versus castle age ones. We need to see how this one pans out, because there is a prelate there healing up. Ooh, that's a nice touch there. Looks like MarineLord will lose his units, but there's Forced March. I think Forced March came at just the right time there. That's such good timing. You can see the movement speed really boosted there. 1.12 tiles per second versus... Wait, what? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think the Forced March just ended there when I was hovering over. Alright, there is a hulk there going for MarineLord forward just to see what damage it can do. A 3rd dock going to be coming up. Wait, how did that happen? Not entirely sure how that happened, but that dock has been taken out. It might have been deleted. Oh, it might have been sieged down. There might have been man-at-arms going down there. We missed that possibly, but there are some man-at-arms going through to the centre of the map. Wham needs to be careful not to be caught out, because there are certainly a decent number of man-at-arms on the field now for MarineLord. Just the 1 dock for MarineLord so far. Not too much in the form of fishing, just 2 fishing ships. A group of attack archer ships, and also a hulk coming forward. MarineLord protecting his economy here. Lots of dear food to be had. Protected by the man-at-arms. We see 3 relics being placed in the Regnus Cathedral so far. For Wham. So pretty impressive that he's managed to actually get 3 of the 5 relics, especially when you consider MarineLord was in the Castle Age a lot quicker. Central Sacred Site looking to be taken by MarineLord. Now, a good defense here for MarineLord's fishing economy. 2 hulk ships still on the field. These archer ships are relatively obsolete at this point when you consider the hulks are on the field. Wham certainly got a lead on the economy. And it's primarily down to the fishing economy. Looking also to the wall up on the right side. Could think about going to the Imperial Age by the back of this, but if he does think that, he's got another thing coming, because he's got a lot of man-at-arms about to come through for MarineLord. Going to harass this wood line, and Wham does have a decent army there, but the issue is there's a prelate there for MarineLord, which will certainly help with the army and the fight. But this is a good fight for Wham, because MarineLord split his army there for a split second, decided to go for the villagers, but that was a mistake. He kept his army separate. The prelate goes down, and Wham micros this fight so much better. And now he's on the ascendancy. He's going to stick through with the knights. Going to be charging down these man-at-arms. And that was a bit of an oversight there perhaps from MarineLord. Going to fight against the stone pile. And overall, Wham turning a bleak situation, what it seemed like at first, into a really good one with a very good initial engagement to that fight, which is now snowballing. But there is an outpost there with a spring on replacement. You get the feeling that Wham probably won't want to take this fight. He is taking it. There is a spring on replacement in that outpost. That's quite a lot of damage to that knight. And I mean, Wham probably should be able to clear this all up, but not without losses. Now, the villagers are garrisoning inside the outpost. There's also a relic being pulled forward there for MarineLord. Perhaps was thinking about getting a Wololo, but thinks better of it now. The spring on replacement doing a lot of damage, but the issue is that Wham's got such a great fishing economy and he's spending all his resources heavily. He's managing to produce a lot of units. What has to be said, MarineLord's kind of is always harboring his resources for the Imperial Age, you feel, and that could be its downfall. That is the problem. He's got a lot of food, a lot of gold, and I suspect that was the play. MarineLord looking to be greedy for the Imperial Age, but little does he realize he's going to be pushing the Castle Age very heavily with a lot of units for Wham and MarineLord. Maybe play this one a little bit greedy because Wham is putting a lot of pressure on the Castle Age, as you'd expect with the Holy Roman Empire with 3 relics. And now with the Hulks, though, there for MarineLord, he's going to push forward on the waters. You feel like Wham is going to struggle on the water, but he won't mind because the fight on the land is what he's winning. And that's probably the most key in this situation because it doesn't feel like MarineLord can defend this. But there is one way back for MarineLord, and that is through emergency repairs. And that is also with the Palace of Swabia, which will help him boom back up. But a lot of the fishing economy going to be going down now for Wham. Does have a Hulk there that's being repaired. But MarineLord just focusing on the fishing economy. That is all gone now for Wham. And now MarineLord feels happy to fish again. He certainly feels happy to fish again, but the villagers are going down. They're so idle here from MarineLord. 58 economy to 52, so you can see the losses that Wham has taken, but MarineLord's villagers are so idle. And here's a strong push with the group of knights and man-at-arms looking to siege down that Regnant's Cathedral. And if that goes down, that'll cut off a lot of gold income for MarineLord. And that is certainly a problem because he doesn't have any villagers on gold. Won't be able to produce units. And there it is. There's the GG. MarineLord taps out in this first game on Holy Island on the Holy Roman Empire mirror match. Wham takes game number 1. And we're going to go on to game number 2 and see if he can seal the deal in this best of 3, or will MarineLord push one back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 between MarineLord and Wham. Wham taking that first game on Holy Island, and we now are turning our attention to Four Lakes with Wham playing in the northeast corner of the map in blue as the English. And in the southwest corner of the map in red is MarineLord playing as the Chinese. Really interesting choice here for Wham, going for the English, not commonly picked on Four Lakes, but we have seen it once or twice before on the road to Redbull Wololo Legacy. And it can be an interesting pick, especially with the arrow ships that are available in the feudal age. We'll see if Wham tries to go for a sneaky forward dock into this pond. Speaking of docks, there is the dock from MarineLord on the west side, on the west lake. As you guys probably know by now, 4 lakes. It's as the map says, there are 4 lakes. And of course, the fishing economy incredibly strong on this map. So we shall see how this one pans out, the English versus the Chinese. Wham taking that first game of the set means that if he does take the second game, he will progress to the semi-finals. But I'm sure MarineLord will have a thing or two to say about that. If MarineLord brings the game back, then it will go down to the third and decider game for this best of 3. Quite a few villagers there onward, as you'd expect, as the Chinese opening with the dock. And interestingly enough, very interesting enough, there is no dock there for Wham. So it looks like he's going to go for a very fast feudal age. As you can see, he's got 8 villagers on food and 3 to gold, going for the sort of more land traditional build for the English. But rather curious is that he's not going for the waters, and that does mean that he's on a timer, because of course this fish boom really does start to pay itself back very quickly. Once it does, that can be very fearsome. Might just be delaying the dock until he gets to the feudal age, but very interesting play. 2.5 minutes almost on the clock. Looks like Wham is going to be ready to age up very soon. Or just one further drop off with the gold villagers. There is that drop off, and it's going to be building the council hall, I suspect. Let's just double check on that. And that is indeed the case, using the food villagers for that. Going to wood now. It's a very typical kind of feudal age or kind of dark age play by the English, apart from the fact they're still on gold quite heavily. So it could be the case that he's going to go for a forward dock just to nullify this dock here for the Chinese. But Very interesting play now. The villager going out towards the north, maybe looking to dock on the north pond instead. We'll need to keep an eye on this villager, exactly what she's doing. She might just be going around the edges of the map. Maybe to put a dock around here perhaps. We shall see. We will need to keep an eye on her, that's for sure. Now that council hall will be going up. It looks like there's a wolf being brought back, probably unintentionally. And interesting start to this game with MarineLord now actually getting some villagers on gold. We'll be looking to get up to the feudal age himself as well. He's actually quite lacking on the food, has to be said. Yeah, MarineLord. So that is the situation when you do go for the water build, go for the docks. Whilst the food will pay it back itself very quickly in the feudal age, it will take some time. But we do see MarineLord using the Imperial Official to bring that gold collected from the lumber camp and the gold mine. Not a lot left in there, and also the dock. Let's not forget about the dock. Looks like the Chinese MarineLord player is actually looking to try and wall this out, but the dock is going sneakily in the north, and he will see that now. So MarineLord will need to react. And the thing is that with Wham getting to the feudal age earlier, it means that he will be able to get those attack ships and put some pressure on the fishing ships without MarineLord being able to answer. Of course, MarineLord is still stuck in the Dark Age for quite some time. Has plenty of gold, just needs that food income now. Does have a few villagers on the sheep, just trying to supplement the fishing economy. And there is that age up gong. Let's just see what it decides to go in terms of landmark. And it is going to be the Barbican of the Sun, protecting that gold area and that southeast entrance to the base between the two wood lines. Now, with that dock up and running, with Wham already in the feudal age, a couple of those galleys will be coming out, and the problem for MarineLord is got nothing against that. Not until he gets to the feudal age himself. Going to go for a double dock. As we can see, it's not also that easy to get rid of the docks with the archer ships. So we saw it on the Holy Island that, sure, you can take out the fishing economy, but if MarineLord gets to a fast castle situation, then that does tend to change things a little bit, and he can push it back, just like he did on the Holy Island. But it does mean that gives Wham kind of a window of opportunity to put a lot of pressure. But it's so interesting how Wham is completely ignoring the waters, and that really does mean he's on a timer. But having said that, speaking of timers, he is sending his longbows at a very decent time, 5.5 minutes on the game so far, heading towards the west side. And this is quite nice by MarineLord. He's just going to be keeping his fishing economy safe. And if MarineLord can get to the castle age behind this, then he will certainly out-tech Wham on the waters. With only one dock in this pond, it means that Wham won't be able to outproduce him, and you just get the feeling that MarineLord is doing well here whilst he is being pressured. It feels like he, in terms of the strategies, his fish boom will have helped him a significant amount. But whilst, sure, Wham isn't necessarily killing the fishing economy, he is idling it. And that is certainly something very, very good. But there are two junks here for MarineLord, and that's going to take this archer ship out, especially with the home advantage and the healing on the dock. Being the Chinese as well, with that Barbican, it means that there's less points of entry for Wham to attack. And with the second dock going down the south, that fishing economy will be transitioned to that pond. And Wham, it just feels like when you don't go for waters, it means you're on a timer and you have to do damage in the feudal age, and if you don't, then you're just going to be pegged behind. We'll need to keep an eye on where those longbows actually went off to and what they're doing, because they don't seem to be doing too much at the moment. Interesting spawn for the sacred site there on the North Pond shoreline. We never really see that often. Quite a lot of villagers in gold. Looks like Wham's going to go for a castle age himself, but just lacking on the resources. I think the villagers in gold really are for the attack ships. And now the fishing ships being brought out, look to be used for healing up the junk. And now Wham's going to need to micro this back, and he might lose another galley here, or a galley here if he's not careful. Now the longbow for Wham realizes that there's a dock on the south, so he might be sending a villager down the south as well. He does actually have a dock already, so he indeed is doing that. Going to be able to nullify the fishing economy here. Now MarineLord doesn't have anything queued here. He doesn't know about his opponent's dock on the south pond. So that'll be key, but the fishing economy is now back online for MarineLord, and that's going to be incredibly helpful. There are 3 archer ships there on that dock for WAM. Will it be enough? Remains to be seen. But let's take a look at the economy. 29 for WAM, 32 for MarineLord. Relatively similar, but don't forget this is free fish that he's gathering here. At an incredibly fast rate, and now there are so many junks here. There are 5 versus 3. This is not really a fight that WAM can take. He decides to head back. Certainly the right thing to do. You get the feeling he's going to have to give up this pond on the west, and MarineLord's going to have the lion's share of the fish here. In the south, the galley is going to destroy this fishing ship. Might be able to deposit the bit of food there, MarineLord. Only 2 food there anyway, so it's not really worth it, but there is a single longbow there, being annoying. Might lose himself to the arrows. If not, then the horseman will certainly take care of that. It was just the 1 longbow, so WAM didn't really commit. Maybe just looking to try and force his opponent into horseman, which he did do. See a lot of wood there for WAM. But you get the feeling the food economy is going to be hurting for him. As you can see, 500 food per minute for MarineLord, only the 100 food per minute for WAM. And as the game goes on, that's going to really paint a big difference. Now it looks like WAM's going to just try and snipe out the fishing ships. Probably the right play to do. He's going to try and get as many as he can. Does take out 1. Can't really take the fight against the junk though directly. The 2 docks to 1 on that west pond. MarineLord slowly building up the resources to get up to that castle age. There's a decent amount of gold income as well as the food income, and now with the junk, MarineLord looking to pressure. WAM will have the home advantage. Will it be enough? It will certainly be enough to push those ships back. Horsemen going to go through, look to take out the solitary longbow that was produced. And now on land, MarineLord going to pressure a little bit. May need to force WAM. It may force WAM into an outpost here on the gold. We shall see. The English, of course, can shoot bows, or can shoot arrows rather, with their villages. So that will certainly be helpful for a defense. And that is indeed what's happening in terms of. Oh no, it's not. He's getting a house. He's getting a house. I thought that was an outpost there for a second. It wasn't being forced into an outpost, just building a house so it doesn't get population capped. Now there will be 4 galleys versus about 6, 7 junk, and MarineLord microing back, going to heal up those ships. And MarineLord looking very close to get up to the castle age. That is a really significant piece of detail, because if that happens, that'll put a lot of pressure on WAM for sure. Barracks going up, maybe looking to get a couple of spearmen in just for some defenses. Wow, okay, looks like MarineLord's going to go for the north dock as well, being denied on the south. A little bit of fishing economy for WAM here on the southern dock. Okay, a bit of an engagement here on the west dock, on the west pond. A couple of the galleys there weren't in firing, but they are now. Decent fight here for. Well, it could go either way. Looking to. Oh, the good thing is for MarineLord, he's actually microing this incredibly well, using the defender's advantage, keeping one of the weak junks alive. Will WAM realize that and go for this weaker one? He will indeed do that. Now the fight is switching a little bit. Decent micro here for WAM, that's for sure. Bringing back one of the galleys. And there's quite a few weak galleys here. One will be going down, you feel. That's not being brought back quick enough. Back to the dock. WAM needs to secure. Oh, just about gets away with it, perhaps. Going towards the corner, but not towards his own dock. And we'll be losing 2 galleys in quick succession here. And now this is looking problematic for WAM. Does lose 1. It's going to lose that second as well. Now just 3 galleys on the field. 1 junk does go down there for MarineLord. So it's 3 versus 5. It could go either way, actually. You feel like WAM might be winning this. The galley incredibly strong for the English. This is one of the reasons why English are picked on forelegs. Discussed it at the beginning of the game that this could be the play, and this is exactly what's happening. There's only 2 galleys there on the front line fighting. Like, one's being microed back. Looks like WAM is quite content with the fight he took, and he wants to seek to go back now and heal up. Northern Pond getting fishing ships for MarineLord. But it looks like on land, MarineLord is up to something, because he just used up a lot of his food. We need to see how that was used. He's taken quite a lot of villagers off of food, actually. He's going to go for a lot of wood and gold. As you can see, 23 villagers on wood and 10 villagers on gold. Looking to just make sure he secures his western pond. Only 2 fishing ships, but he's quite keen on keeping this position alive. It might have been the queuing of the town centre because now his food is already shooting up to 600. Now Wham does decide to eventually dock here on the east pond. Manages to take out a horseman there very nicely with the galley. So Wham is transitioning to fishing economy, kind of expected and kind of important here. Does have the southern dock, looking to secure the eastern dock, 2 ponds apiece. But you get the feeling MarineLord's economy is so much stronger here. 47 economy, 52, oh okay, 52. That's actually quite surprising. That's actually very surprising. So Wham has certainly built up a lead on economy and is starting to really build up the fishing economy. I think it's this southern pond here. Because of this fight here, MarineLord hasn't been able to build up a lot of fishing economy. Just 2 fishing ships on this western pond. And a couple of fishing ships, a decent number on the northern pond. But now there's a big fight between the galleys and the junk. And you just get the feeling out the numbers here from MarineLord looking strong. Wham deciding to head back. Not forcing the fight just yet. Going to use the defender's advantage for this fight. And with good micro here, could do a lot of damage here. Junk is quite low on health there. Or gets pulled back from MarineLord. That's actually a very clutch play. And one might be going down here. One galley about to go down. One galley does go down. Villager going to be sniped as well. And this is looking bad for Wham. He's going to lose a lot here. The numbers aren't favouring him. Does take out 2 junk there in quick succession. We'll be taking out a 3rd. Will it be enough? We shall see. Wham taking a galley just out of the fight here. Just about gets away with it. 16. Doesn't manage to get away with it. I thought he would for a second there. But a galley comes out in a very strong position. Admiralty. Increasing the range of combat ships by 1. That's going to be important, but he's trading that time to actually research that, trading it with the ability to produce 1 more archer ship. But the galleys are doing great work there. Fishing ship being brought here from MarineLord to repair. 2 junks adding to the fight. 3 junks versus about 7, or 6 rather. And looks like the galleys might be winning here with the home advantage. MarineLord just wants to take down another galley if he can. Bring port close back to the dock. Trying to micro his position, but it looks like MarineLord might be able to win this one. 2 versus 4. We shall see how that one pans out. Oh, there's 2 more junk here heading this way now. So you get the feeling, even with the defender's advantage, MarineLord should win that fight. And the issue for Wham is that he's going to be facing up against the Castle Age Chinese in just a moment, because that landmark has been placed. And Wham will be there soon, but can't get there soon enough. He will certainly want to get there quicker. 1 more junk does go down. Just 2 galleys versus 5 junk, and you just get the feeling with the home advantage now, actually Wham might win this. But will we see more junks being added? We are indeed seeing that happen. There is the new age, there is the Castle Age for the Chinese, being played by MarineLord. Ooh, a sneaky dock tried to get up there from MarineLord, is actually going to be able to get a Hulk now. Or she's going for a war junk rather, sorry. The Chinese don't actually get Hulks, that's quite important to know. And now the numbers are still looking, it's always quite hard to call the fights between the galleys and the junk, because the junk are relatively weaker, that's for sure. And it looks like Wham has given up this pond. Yep, indeed looks like Wham is giving up this pond, because his dock is actually relatively weak. The junk are going to focus fire on that, especially with the scout siege get down as well. That'll go down pretty quickly. And MarineLord manages to get a war junk there on the eastern pond. That's the problem for Wham. He's not noticed that come out. And this war junk could actually take out a lot of the fishing ships. He's spinning to winning. Okay, 2 docks going on the southern pond now, so looks like MarineLord really quite keen on winning the waters here on all ponds, on all fronts. We'll be possibly losing 1 more junk here, but with 2 docks and only 1 dock for Wham, he's going to be able to outproduce him. And there's a lot of fishing economy here for Wham. That is actually a bit of an issue. We will see some hulks coming out. That is indeed the case, and that's going to be quite key here. Look at this fishing economy, completely unchecked here from MarineLord. Let's take a look at the income per minute. Actually, not too bad for Wham still, has to be said. Quite surprising as well. Because the fishing economy is being hampered here by MarineLord, looking just to take some of these out. Some of them are garrisoning inside the docks there. Gonna try and keep them alive for as long as possible. We get the feeling with a free fish boom on the west pond and on the north pond, MarineLord is going to be in good position here. Especially with him trying to challenge for the southern and the east pond. Oh, it looks like that was a demo ship, perhaps. Yeah, that was indeed a demo ship. Now, Wham goes up with the King's Palace. That will give him a second town centre. Shortbows looking to take down that. I think that was a Lancer, actually. 73 villagers versus the 71 in favour of MarineLord. And that will primarily be because of the docks. But there's that war junk on the southern pond. Wham notices the docks are there. He's going to try and focus and pressure that. But he might Need to protect that with a couple of more units because there's a lot of fishing ships there. Ready for the picking. One war junk does go down to the Hulk there, Microde. Looking to use the fishing ships here as well, Wham. And I think MarineLord didn't notice that he's actually focusing on the dock and he's going to lose that war junk. Just going to look to try and take down one of the fishing ships at the same time though. There's a second Hulk coming out now. Of course, Wham will win that fight and reclaim this eastern pond, but there is still that dock up. Nothing being produced though yet for MarineLord. I take that back. He's producing something. We certainly changed the waypoint. Nothing queued up though. The southern pond, quite a lot of these galleys are relatively weak, and that's an issue. Yep, we're going to lose 2 galleys in quick succession. That's going to turn the tide of that fight. That is not what Wham would have wanted. And now there's also a demo ship that's going to do a lot of damage. Incredibly weak now, that galley. Takes it out, finishes the job. And now Wham is going to struggle in this southern pond. The Hulks, they're going to try and take down this dock. That dock will go down, so Wham will have control over the east pond still, but he's lost a lot of fishing economy. Look at this fishing economy completely untapped here on the north and the west. MarineLord certainly looks like he's in a stronger position here. Look at that food count. Yeah, that income per minute now for food, incredible. That's what we were expecting a little bit earlier when we checked it. 1,000 food per minute. Now, whilst MarineLord will lose this control of the eastern pond, he won't mind at all. Because he's got decent control of the north, well, he's got full control of the north and the west, and is challenging for the south. On the land, there is a Lancer there looking to take out some of the villagers, idling so much of the wood economy. These short bows will fire, but not being able to do too much damage. Get the feeling... Oh, there's a couple of spearmen there. That's going to help for sure. That will finish this off, and created so much idle time there, though. So that one Lancer has certainly got its money's worth. That is for sure. Now, extending into the mid-castle age in this 4 Lakes map. Okay. 3 war junks versus the Hulk. The war junks should win in theory. But will it in the end? That's another picture, and that is indeed what happens. And now with quite a decent number of war junks here, Wham's going to lose the southern pond. That's an issue. That lake will be going down. Looks like villagers are going forward for Wham. What are these guys doing? Looking to go on the gold there. It's got a lot of food and gold. I think Wham might be thinking about Imperial Age. Not sure how I feel about that, especially when he's going to lose a lot of his economy. Only has access to the eastern pond with only a couple of fishing ships. 7 in total. A couple of farms being put down now for Wham. The economy is certainly getting stronger here for MarineLord. These fishing ships will certainly paying back very quickly. Now with this dock going down for Wham, he is on timer. 3 ponds versus 1, and this is where things start to change because MarineLord is focusing his attack on land. As you can see, Wham has plenty of resources, but MarineLord's spending his. He's going for primarily horsemen. Does have to back off because there's a lot of spearmen there for Wham. That certainly will be able to push that back. That is a lot of spearmen for Wham. Manages to snipe 1 horseman. You get the feeling that we need a switch up here for the Chinese. He's going for a second town centre. Maybe switching to man-at-arms, and that is indeed the play. He has certainly gone man-at-arms. Well, I say man-at-arms, but it's actually the Palace Guard. Of course, it's the Chinese equivalent for the man-at-arms. Palace Guards will certainly rip through those spearmen. Wham, floating a lot of gold. Continue to maximize his potential on the eastern pond, but when you're 3 ponds to 1, that can be an uphill battle. Let's just take a look at the food income per minute. It's actually relatively similar. I'm rather surprised by that. I mean, 3 farms can't be making the difference. I'm rather surprised. Horsemen looking to just see if they can get some damage. In fact, the horsemen might be able to just rush down this dock if the spearmen are kept out of position, but Wham, keeping a keen eye, is looking to take down these palace guards. Palace guards are flooding into that woodline. Going to be doing a little bit of damage, but the numbers here really suit, really obviously in the favour of Wham. And take those palace guards down pretty nicely, but the spearmen are looking to take down those palace guards, and whilst that happens, the horsemen here are going to cycle through and siege down that dock, and that's going to be a massive problem for Wham. That's going to cut out a lot of food resource, but it doesn't need to take both docks down. There is a Hulk there going to be doing a lot of damage. Spearmen heading that way. I'm not sure if MarineLord will get the second dock. He shouldn't do really, but he might. He's going to pull out. He's going to lose 2 horsemen there. They can't get caught there. The galley's still getting another few hits as well. Sorry, the Hulk, rather. Still getting a few more hits. The Hulk's doing some good damage there. Palace Guard numbers are building up, though, on the north. Going to harass that woodline again. No outpost, which is rather surprising. Wham! His economy is a little bit tilted here. 62 on wood. It's not what he would want here. Very unbalanced. Or imbalanced, rather. That imbalanced economy, will it work for him? Got plenty of wood. Lacking on the food now. Spending all that food on spearmen. Rather surprised that he's not going for man-at-arms himself. Very heavy castle age fight now. MarineLord looking to do some damage on the villagers on the farms. Kind of throwing these horsemen away a little bit. There are man-at-arms now there for the English. They have started to come out. And of course with the ironclad, that can be incredibly powerful. But I'm also going for some crossbows as you'd expect. MarineLord. Got a lot of wood here. Yeah, but that income food per minute is just now updated. 1500 food per minute versus the 800. You can see the economy going to be really boosted here from MarineLord. Game goes on longer and longer. You just get feeling that MarineLord will be looking strong. Wham, placing a heck of a lot of farms with all that wood income that he's got. Again, no outpost to protect. He's going to be building some houses, pretty badly housed. But with this farming economy being a transition, that could be nice for the English. A lot of spearmen here looking to do some damage. It does siege down the dock here. Still another one there. Outpost does look to be going on the stone there. Be quite desperate for a keep. He'll need that in the near future. Lumber camp's being refreshed here from MarineLord. MarineLord spending everything it's got. Spending all that food. Got plenty of wood though. 24 minutes into the game. I suspect we're going to see a big fight here. Let's just see where the army is for MarineLord. He's got a heck of a lot of barracks and he's going for palace guards. The thing for Wham is that his army is spearmen predominantly. And that's a problem because those spearmen will be chewed down with by a sizable number of palace guards. And those palace guards are rushing in now. This is the fight. You get the feeling this is the fight to tell the story of this game. There are a couple of crossbows there for Wham, especially, and also with some of the man-at-arms. That could be doing a decent amount of damage. MarineLord does decide to back off from that. Doesn't want to take that engagement. He probably wouldn't have won it. There's a keep there on the right side in a very nice position between two woodlands, bringing a relic back home as well into that monastery. There is an outpost there to keep an eye on. With a spring replacement, taking down that spearman. Might have been a man-at-arms, actually. There's that siege workshop being put down for Wham. Going to get a couple of trebuchets or maybe some mangonels, actually. That could be the play. We shall see what he opts for. The Chinese being played by MarineLord, just activating that sacred site. Gives away the fact that he's going for the relics. Does already have one relic in his clutches. Looking to bring that home. The palace guard's just hiding in the stealth forest. I like what MarineLord's doing here, getting the vision on the map with those outposts. And 3 ponds to 1. This is looking bad for Wham. One thing is to note though, the English do get cheap farms, so that will certainly be in his favour. Wham just going down the south, looking to see if he can get hold of this gold. He won't be able to because there's a keep there. This is why we're saying this is just such a strong position. Because there are 2 gold veins there for Wham. Well, it should be really Wham's, but there's a keep there that MarineLord can use as a staging ground to attack from. There is also an outpost there. Unfortunately, no slits or emplacements. Going for a spring replacement. Going for the structural upgrade as well. Might be sieged down before too long, though. There are some man-at-arms. Not looking to... Palace guards, rather. There's not going to rush in too quickly. Maybe saving up for Imperial Age. Decent amount of gold income. There is a nest of bees. That could change the fight. Villagers coming forward. I'm not sure that's a good idea. A lot of villagers being pulled and being idled now. Wham can afford a keep of his own. But look at the food. Look at the income here for MarineLord. Yep, certainly looks like MarineLord is opting to wait for the Imperial Age. He knows he's ahead. He knows he's got 3 ponds versus 1. He just needs to bide his time. And Wham is being caged in here. This is a big, big problem. A lot of villagers on the woodline being harassed by the horsemen. And he's struggling. He's certainly struggling. Couple of longbows looking to try and take down the palace guards. Doesn't quite have enough to one-shot them, but with the hulks there in behind as well, that'll certainly help. There's quite a few nest of bees there. These spearmen are going to cycle through, trying to get some damage, try and charge down the nest of bees. But there is a keep there being garrisoned with the villagers. He's fighting underneath the keep with the spring replacement. That's not really what he wants. And there's the GG. Wham calls it. He knows he's behind. 3 ponds down to 1. And MarineLord pulls one back, pushing it to the final game in the best of 3. And this could go either way. We're going to be really hyped up for the third game. Join us for that third game coming right up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 between MarineLord and Wham for the Road to Redbull Wololo Legacy August Weeklies quarterfinals. And we have got a Roos mirror match on Altai. MarineLord playing on the east here as the Roos, of course. And on the west, we've got Wham playing in red. Now, I'm a bit worried about this game going incredibly long, but it is what it is. That's the nature of Age of Empires 4 and certain maps like Altai. Looks like, of course, MarineLord going to go for his own deer first, going to get that bounty in, playing it safe, not going to be running the risk of Wham coming right in to take his deer. Wham, on the other hand, going forward actually, not taking his deer bounty first, maybe looking to get some cheeky bounty that's on the map there. Going to cycle through on the right side, getting wolves, getting some sheep, just the 2 scouts for now. We shall see if he decides to go for a third from the hunting cabin. That is indeed what's going to be the case. It's going to be 3 scouts here. There's a sheep there that he sees as well, but will he be going for that? In fact, he might be using the 3rd scout to go for his own deer. We shall see. We shall see. As we can see, Wham going towards MarineLord's side of the base, looking to get as much as sheep as he possibly can. May even try to snipe his deer, but won't be managing that. And with the 3rd scout not going for his own deer bounty, actually, just cycling through to see how much he can scout out, if there are any wolves he can pick off. And scouting, it's a little bit weird here for Wham. He's heading backwards now. Oh, he just saw the wolf and he just got there in time. That was clutch. And it looks like Wham going to try and snipe that wolf. Oh, he gets it. So Wham gets that bounty. That was really key. MarineLord not noticing that. That is huge. MarineLord just still didn't notice that. That was pretty massive. Nice bit of micro there going on, that's for sure. MarineLord, let's take a look at his scouting pattern so far. Has indeed gone for the 3 scouts himself, and this is the issue. I think MarineLord maybe might have been able to take quite a bit of deer bounty here. We'll compare the overall deer bounty, or the bounty generally, just about now actually. Let's take a look at that. So it's 250 bounty for MarineLord. Uh-oh. That's pretty bad for Wham. See, MarineLord taking these deer as well. Wham has really not done well on his bounty, and I think a lot of that came down to missing out on the deer here. Very, very painful. Garnet got punished there. Has been able to bring back 1 wolf though. But overall bounty is struggling for Wham, and that could play a big difference on a mirror match like this. You can see, as someone gets to tier 2, you feel like you'll be safe. But MarineLord has already unlocked tier 2, and Wham is quite a far way off of it. I'm not sure if he'll get there. Does have 1 wolf. Gonna try and take that one down, but MarineLord is probably going to be able to micro that and take the last hit on that wolf. We'll see. He's actually getting quite far away from it. MarineLord scout. He does stop there for a second. Hiding in the showers. Who will get that? Well, looks like it was Wham in the end. So that's certainly going to be helpful for Wham. He does have a decent number of sheep that he can kill. He's going to look to take this wolf out now, just nice and early, so he can get the gold, because he needs that gold for the age up. Don't forget, he's going for a Dark Age wheelbarrow, and if he's going to struggle for the bounty here, for the 200 gold for the age up, that's going to be an issue, because MarineLord has already clicked up to the next stage. It'll be interesting to see if he got wheelbarrow. He has indeed clicked Dark Age wheelbarrow. Wham looking to do the same, but the big problem for Wham is he doesn't have the gold. He's 1 gold away. He's going to have to wait for the next drop off of the hunting cabin. This is a bit of a disaster. I mean, it sounds like a small thing, but in this level of gameplay, these small things matter, because MarineLord's going to be a long way up to the feudal age with Wham nowhere near. And that could play a big difference. He's going to be able to take out this deer patch now. Does have the gold for the age up now. And did manage to get a decent amount of bounty there, but still not getting that 250. Once he kills those sheep, he probably will get it though. See, 345 bounty there for MarineLord. Big difference. He may even think to go for some of the boar that are on the map. And if he does that, that'll maybe edge him a bit closer to that 500 bounty, which is pretty spectacular if he can get. Bring a lot of sheep home. I think Wham will probably want to just preemptively kill these, because he will want that 250 bounty. He's stuck at 220 at the moment. We shall see if that's something he actually decides to do or not. May not be aware of that. In terms of the difference, so unlocking tier 2 versus tier 1 unlocks another extra 5% villager food harvest rate increase, and the hunting cabins generate gold an extra 3 seconds faster. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've got plenty of hunting cabins, that can make a difference, and especially as the game goes long. There is the Golden Gate and the Wooden Fortress there for MarineLord. Of course, the Wooden Fortress, fantastic for the roost. Means that the lumber camps and town centers within the influence of that Wooden Fortress return 20% more wood. MarineLord going for a barracks. Going to be a stable for Wham. Okay, there's that 250 gold now, or bounty rather, for the tier 2 for Wham. So he's relatively even on that front now in terms of the long-term importance of the bounty. With barracks going down for a spearman defense, you may just consider whether MarineLord is going for a second town center, potentially. We'll need to see, because what has to be said is Wham's got a lot of wood. Gonna send some villagers forward, maybe to get the ball, I suspect. Let's just see where these villagers are heading off. MarineLord sees it as well. It is indeed going to be for the boar. Will he be placing a town centre there? Because he could indeed cash in 2 tickets. Potentially. He doesn't quite have the gold for it. This is what it comes down to. Having that gold income from the bounty would have really helped here if he was able to get 2 tickets. But instead he's probably going to be placing an outpost, Wooden Fortress. 3 scouts there, just being a bit annoying. That's for sure. Villagers coming forward for MarineLord, looking to put some pressure on here, but Fortress should go up for Wham. There is a spearman involved, so that's going to be a problem because Wham might lose a scout pretty quickly if he doesn't micro this properly. And the spearman getting so many hits here, takes out 1 scout, maybe another. The Wooden Fortress will go up there eventually, and these villagers garrison inside. That'll do some damage on this army, but only to the scouts. But that scout will heal up himself, and looks like MarineLord looking to get a Wooden Fortress himself. But that will be rangeable, and it's going to be a town centre going up. I'm a bit surprised by... Oh, yeah, the second Wooden Fortress. A bit surprised about that. No, just having to think about it. He's going to abandon it. And MarineLord has done really well to deny that. Wham, not able to take the ball. Invested quite a lot there. And looks like this ball is going to belong to MarineLord, at least for the time being. One thing has to be considered. If this doesn't get sieged down, this could end up getting arrow slits. But the thing is, Wham, don't know if he has the resources for it. Doesn't have the gold. Doesn't have the stone. Villagers coming back. Yeah, Wham's going to bring those villagers back. Going to garrison inside. Just to make sure that MarineLord doesn't get the free boar meat there. Oh, does take out a villager as well. Oh, now Wham might be able to siege this down. This is actually rather entertaining. The boar is now being taken by Wham. But, I mean, this is super interesting. Why, if Wham... The thing about the Wooden Fortress, this thing has 2,000 HP. That'll take a long time to get rid of, has to be said. But MarineLord's going to put his scouts in the Wooden Fortress and just garrison them inside. They just have a decent amount of food on them. Might think about bringing them back home. The second town centre goes home instead for Wham on the deer and on the gold. A relatively nice spot. There's going to be a second town centre for MarineLord as well. Opening up with double stable. Looks like double stable with spearman involvement. And village is going to go on with. This is really precarious, actually. This is really struggling for Wham because it's kind of got a decent number of villagers here. 7 of them, kind of in no man's land, right, like opposite MarineLord's base. And with these double stables going down, if MarineLord can get the gold income and the food income to pump out some early knights, these villagers will be in trouble. And Spearman just being annoying here. The amount of idle time being caused here is pretty phenomenal. I mean, sure, the villagers had been starting to be produced from the second town centre a little bit earlier for Wham, but having 7 villagers idle is not ideal. 31 villagers for Wham, 29 for MarineLord. Oh, Spearmen are going to get some good damage here from MarineLord against that early knight, and that's not what Wham would want. He's going to go for knights and archers. Looks like MarineLord's playing Spearman knights. Wham needs to be careful not to take some hits. He doesn't. He manages to micro away there. Okay, double archer range stable. One knight being added into the mix before MarineLord as well. But look at this, this is so much idle time for Wham. This is not ideal. Villagers are going to be brought back, but they might be sniped by a knight. The knight is charging in. So that's better of it. I don't know why he let up on the chase, but going to chase again, get a charge attack, and probably have to snipe this one village. Oh, it doesn't go for it in the end. Interesting. So has to take a charge attack on the knight and the archers. That's really surprising there from MarineLord. Does get a second charge attack on the knight. Wham, doing well to micro that back. Sending another new knight there with full health. And MarineLord backs off there. MarineLord looking just to siege down that wooden fortress. Is getting arrow slits, which is really the key issue here, because now these villagers don't have to garrison inside this wooden fortress, and it looks like this wooden fortress for Wham will go down. That'll lead the boar meat there for MarineLord. if he so wishes to take it and can control that area. Does have double barracks now, so you see a big feudal age push here for Wham. He's not happy to let this go for now. Yeah, Wooden Fortress is still there. Quite a few spearmen. But now with the villagers garrison inside the Wooden Fortress, spearmen are going to be looking to go down there for MarineLord. Now that's a problem. Does have a couple of knights though. Going to be sieging this down either way. And that's going to be a lot of dead villagers. That's the problem for Wham. He's going to lose villagers here. MarineLord quite happy to lose a couple of spearmen because he knows what the prize is. The prize will be 6 villagers. Actually, no, there won't be. There'll be archers. I don't know what happened to those villagers. Maybe those villagers get more back, but they're actually archers. He's going to be taking them down, though. And this is a big fight, but you just feel like with the defender's advantage, the army and the fight here, just a bit closer to MarineLord's base, means he can get the reinforcements in quicker. Knights will chase down the archers. And at this point, MarineLord can just go full knights. Well, I say that as we see the knights come in for Wham, so the spearmen certainly come in at a good time. At a decent time, they're going to push the knights back for MarineLord. Now, both players can sort of look to boom behind this a bit more. 42 villagers for Wham and MarineLord, both equal villagers economy-wise, but the issue is that Wham had a lot of villagers that were idle for a pretty long time. Double archery range going down for MarineLord with a blacksmith. Triple archery range. Yep, this is going to be a not full feudal, but a heavy feudal affair for these two players. Lots at stake here. Place in the semi-finals for the Road to Redbull Wololo August week number 1 weeklies. And I'm looking to wool up this western side, which could actually unlock a lot of potential in terms of economy, because there's actually no way through here. We're on a map spawn here, Altai, where there's actually a gap here, but quite close to MarineLord's base, but this is fully protected now. What's interesting on the right side, there is no such gap. That's been closed off. Oh, nice. Looking just to see what's going on here. Wham was looking to get a hunting cabin though. I need to think twice about that now. See, both players just seeing what's on the edges of the map. Just in case villagers are being pulled there. Oh, this is a problem. Wham was looking to try and wall that in. He will lose one villager for his troubles, but just getting some good damage on the knights. Knight being pushed away from that secondary town centre. Let's just focus on this fight for now. One knight does go down from MarineLord. The walls will go up, but at what cost? A lot of idle time again. 8 villagers being idled. And you just get the feeling at this stage MarineLord does have a slight advantage. Yeah, with 54 villagers to 47 and having significantly less idle time. Villagers on the left side now going to be pushed out to go towards the berries. Large army coming forward from MarineLord. Villagers going forward first though. Those are some very courageous villagers. Going to run into some horsemen, but now that MarineLord sees that, he's going to fight back, and with the archers, he's going to get some good damage. This is a nice positioning here for Wham. Just keeping a couple of units in the stealth forest. Just keeping an eye on things. Quite a large army here for Wham. That has to be said. 45 military for Wham. 27 for MarineLord. Whilst Wham has a slightly weaker economy, he certainly has a stronger military. Just get the feeling this could be a very contestable area. MarineLord having both these golds very far forward. Keep drop there. That could be incredible for Wham, or even a defensive keep from MarineLord could secure his position in this game. Villagers hard at work on the deer and the berries. Feel like there's going to be a strong feudal age push though. Upgrades coming in. Okay, looks like it's a very quiet affair now. Both players just building up that feudal age army. And looks like MarineLord's going to send some army and some villagers here to get some deer, or maybe the berries. It looks like the berries and the deer. What's interesting is that Wham should see that with the early night, and that could cause some problems, but quite handily here. MarineLord has sent 2 spearmen. Okay, stable going down, looking to continue to make some production buildings here, Wham. Nice bit of economy here on the west side, both walled in on the north end and on the south end. The early night's still there in the stealth forest, just chilling there, keeping an eye. And MarineLord going to wall up this area. Nice touch there. Going to be getting a decent amount of food economy. But we just do see a bit of dancing around here. Wham going to get an outpost or a fortress in the stealth forest. Villagers now looking to go towards the boar, I suspect. That is indeed the case. Going to get a second wooden fortress. And the army is going to stay there on the front line, looking to protect those villagers. All 5 of them. Pretty surprised. And a lot of them are weak, rather surprisingly. Not sending 8 villagers there. MarineLord slowly gathering stone, maybe looking to get a keep into the castle age when it gets there. Village does get, the spearman does get the better end of that fight against the early knight. Couple of early knights here for Wham, just looking to get some scouting information. So it looks like horseman archers is the play for MarineLord, whereas Wham is going for more of a knight archer play. Well, spearman archer really, and some rams being added into the mix now, and this could be the start of a big fight. You get the feeling that MarineLord has quite a bit of a nicer army composition. Doesn't have to rely on gold too much. Yeah, and this is what's giving things away. This lumber camp's just giving the vision. Ooh, 2 horsemen here, looking just to deny this third town centre. This third town centre could be quite key. 70 villages for MarineLord, already 7 villages ahead, looking to double down on that lead. Well, this could be a big fight for Wham, that's for sure. Certainly has the numbers advantage. Oh, Knight just going to dive into that town centre. We'll be losing his life pretty quickly here. But this is going to be the focus of attack here, you feel. The boar. Ram being sent in for the wooden fortress. Wham's ram. A little bit exposed. The Knight's going to get a couple of charge attacks, and the horseman going to take that out as well. The ram will go down. The spearman just not quite quick enough there. Has been able to take 1 horseman out though. You get the feeling that Wham has a better fight here, possibly. The spearman engaged on the horseman. That's a problem for MarineLord. MarineLord loses so much there, and that is key. But Wham is going to be able to focus fire on these archers as well, getting good amounts of damage. Keeping the spearmen in behind those archers so that they don't get micro down, because there are still a couple of early knights there. The knights coming in for Wham as well. And this is a great fight for Wham. Villagers are garrisoned inside the wooden fortress. That'll certainly help things. The 2 knights for Wham just going to be soaking up a lot of the arrow fire. And Wham going to push forward, but a couple of archers stuck firing on the wooden fortress. Maybe looking... Oh, this is not great. Wham has got a decent number of archers there, not engaging in the fight. He only realizes now, and now it's too late. He has to back off. And that was a bad fight in the end. Not because he didn't have the numbers, but just because some of them archers were distracted. And that's something I faced on the ladder as well. Like, if you attack move, sometimes they focus on the building, and that's actually rather annoying. I really do feel there should be an attack move where you can just focus on military units versus your buildings, because there was a fight there that Wham really should have won, but he had to back off there. Another ram has been built, building another one as well. Needs to get rid of these wooden fortresses, trying to deny this area. Ram's going to pull back now. And there's the engagement. The horseman there looking to take down the ram. A couple of spearmen there. Decent number of knights though. That could be the telling difference for Wham. Those knights going to go forward, looking to soak up some of the damage. The ram now is starting to take them out wooden fortress. Spearmen being used on the rat to build the ram. That's actually rather smart, because the spearmen in this fight aren't going to be helping you too much because of the fact that they're mainly archers there for MarineLord. Those archers will be look to be sniped down by the knights. Ram's going to do some damage, that's for sure. Oh, but MarineLord doing a decent amount of work here with the archers. Got quite a large archer mass. It does take out the knights. The knights were relatively low health. And this is where things become a problem. Wham does have a decent number though. Still pretty even on the archer numbers, but the knight's telling the difference. And that ram does take out the wooden fortress. Those villagers do go down, and now Wham has pushed the economy a little bit back from MarineLord. But the issue is that MarineLord has been on 3 town centres. 91 villages versus 79. It doesn't appear that Wham has added a 3rd town centre. So MarineLord just needs to hold on. He just needs to hold on, take effective fights, not trade too badly like this, because this doesn't seem like to be a great fight for MarineLord. He does pull back though in the end. Lost quite a bit though. And Wham looking just to take what remains of that boar to 1,500 food. A lot of food on there still. And Wham going to be getting that boar. But the thing is that the 3rd town centre for MarineLord means that economy will be stronger. The longer the game goes, that will be paying itself off. Although it did lose a lot of villages on the boar. So 93 to 83 at the moment. 10 villager lead, that will be increasing. And MarineLord needs to just hold on here. It's getting some wooden fortresses, some static defenses. Knights coming on the right side for Wham. Looking to pick off some archers and going to get some good damage here. Because the army for MarineLord is predominantly archers, and that's not going to be enough to deal with this situation. But the archers for Wham now being pushed back. The home and defender's advantage for MarineLord doing pretty well. So archers on archers, but there are a decent number of knights there for Wham. The knights are going to get pushed on the front line. They're going to be soaking up a lot of archer damage. And Wham with a very strong push here in the fuselage with 2 rams involved in the mix as well. 20 minutes into the game. Spearman on the front line as well. Wham pushing hard here. But as we know for Age of Empires 4, it's very hard to kill your opponent in fuselage. And unless you can overwhelm them. And that's what Wham is trying to do. MarineLord looking to just hold on for as long as it can. Going to garrison some archers in the town centre. It does have a wooden fortress firing as well. You just get the feeling Wham might be overcommitting here because there's lots of static defences. There's a town centre firing, there's the archers, there's a wooden fortress. I think Wham is overextending here. Wham's going to lose everything in the fuselage. He feels like he's on a timer. It's actually not that bad in terms of timer, in terms of the village count. Wham decides to head back now, but he's lost so much. He really did overinvest there now. And the rams, if those go down, which they probably will, this is a problem. Wham seems to have overextended. He lost so much military. He's going to try and snipe some of the villagers, and that will work, but they can garrison inside the town centres, and these archers can't really dive under the static defences too easily. They do lose a lot of their lives. Quite a few knights there. The knights will be soaking up a lot of damage, that's key. But the archer mass looking strong here from MarineLord. There is a couple of spearmen there. There was one spearman, I think. And underneath the town centre, the wooden fortress did go down, so it's just the town centre that's working for MarineLord. And now it's archer v archer. Rams looking to take down the barracks. Wham's army is being pushed back. Defender's advantage playing the difference again, and MarineLord's economy looking incredibly strong. Is floating a lot of wood, has to be said. That needs to be converted into farms. All those wood choppers need to go to another resource. Primarily gold is needed. Wham has done one good thing, which is deny a lot of gold for MarineLord. At least for the time being. I'm sure villagers will be sent out to gold again very soon. Going for a wooden fortress on the right side and the wood. Pretty surprised it's still going for wood. It's got plenty of wood already. Ooh, okay, we can take a breather. The armies have set back to their own bases now. Interesting to see what the army composition will end up being like. Wham has noticed that MarineLord has got a lot of archers. So Wham could decide to go for a quite heavy amount of knights. Maybe even transition to man-at-arms, but that's rather unlikely. Especially with the techs that are available. Or the Rus, including Boyar's Fortitude, which he doesn't actually have, obviously, because he's not in the Castle Age. But certainly, the Rus scale well into knights. And you just get the feeling that MarineLord will need a counter unit for those knights. Maybe looking to get some spearmen, perhaps, but we shall see. There's nothing queued up. It feels like MarineLord is quite happy and content to defend in his base. The knight numbers are really starting to build up for Wham. Interesting mirror match so far. Village is now being pulled over to the wood line. MarineLord has placed down a heck of a lot of farms with the excess wood that he had, spending it. Now Wham looking to go forward and do some damage. Let's just take a look at that boar. The boar has been taken. Villagers are idle there. Now going towards the gold. It's a nice spot here. There was boar and gold. A lot of resources there. Now Wham looking to put another push in the feudal with a large number of knights and archers, but MarineLord will see all of that. And I do worry for MarineLord. He doesn't have many knights on the field, predominantly archers. He needs something against the knights. He's getting knights of his own now. Both players going for the same army composition. You just get the feeling if one player just goes full on knights, that could hold the key here. And just feel like with Wham, with more knights here, MarineLord needs to be protective of his archers. And this is a big fight here. MarineLord's going to lose a lot of knights here. There's lots of knights from Wham. The archers are focusing on the knights. The knights do go down from MarineLord. MarineLord's meat shield is completely gone. There are a lot of knights there cycling through for Wham, getting closer, going to be diving underneath the town centre. But now I don't think Wham minds too much. He's got an overwhelming number of knights, but the archer number is certainly favouring MarineLord. And Wham doesn't have any siege, and that is a key issue because Wham can never really push that hard with his archers. He can't dive in, and that's what he's doing. Wham taking really bad trades His economy is already behind, and now he's losing a lot of resources by his army dying. Wham, 58 military to 70, 109 villagers to 123. Yep, MarineLord quite comfortable, just defending with archers. But Wham's going to need a different answer because MarineLord is going up to the Imperial Age. He's going up with the... Sorry, the Castle Age rather. Felt like it was Imperial Age timing because of course both players have been playing very heavy Feudal Age. This could be a key bit of detail in this game. Going up with the Abbey of the Trinity, we are looking to get some relics, but more importantly, we'll be able to get Saints' Blessings with the Warrior Monk. Maybe get stronger knights. There is that new age. You're going to have the upgrades as well. You can see getting the upgrade to knights and the veteran archers. Getting arrow slits as well in some of the fortresses. But Wham reaches the Castle Age himself. Also going up with the Abbey of the Trinity. Will have one relic on his doorstep. But this woodline needs to be refreshed. Does have a siege workshop as well. Maybe a couple of mangonels or two would be quite nice for Wham here. But now, Marino looking to be aggressive. He's actually being aggressive for the first time in this game, more or less. Does have the Knights upgrade and the Archers. The Veteran Archer hasn't come in just yet. Still 20 seconds out, but what's really key, and we see this a lot in Age of Empires, sometimes it's better to engage and then just time it so that your upgrades come in the mid-fight and then your opponent is already committed. Oh, this is nice play by MarineLord. He recognizes his opponent is in Castle Age, so he just wants to make sure that this relic can't be picked up. Very, very nice play. Very smart by MarineLord. Whereas MarineLord, in the meantime, is going to be looking to get some of those relics himself. Ooh. MarineLord looking to try and get Wham off guard. But now Wham should be able to pick up this relic. Yeah, we can see the waypoint for the Abbey of the Trinity from MarineLord straight on that forward relic. The Mangonel going to be supporting Wham. Might be able to circle around and actually cut off this army. He's going to get a charge attack. This is great bit of micro, great bit of action there. Great pincer movement for Wham. Cuts a lot of his archers out, but these knights are very low in health. So Wham decides to head back. It was really fantastic to watch that. Double siege workshop going there. Maybe a couple of mangonels coming out from MarineLord as well. The mangonel is on the field for Wham. If that can deploy and get a good hit, that could be massive. Does deploy. Does get a decent hit on the warrior monk, but other than that, didn't do too much damage. Now the relic has been picked up for Wham there, the front one. Going for a keep drop in the middle in a very nice position to deny those two golds. But the siege workshops on the front will be able to produce some trebuchets if MarineLord so wishes. As you can see, he's pop capped MarineLord. That is quite key. Wham's getting in there too. Look at MarineLord's economy. 4,000 gold food. If he can just sell some of that using the Golden Gate, he might be able to get himself up to the Imperial Age. Let's just see if he has any tickets. Only has one ticket though. That is part of the problem. Oh, big fight here. Knights on knights, but there are archers behind. MarineLord taking a terrible fight here. I have no idea why he's fighting that. And there is a mangonel behind as well. Wham! Taking the opportunity to pounce. But the knights do go down. Surprisingly. Now the veteran archers against the veteran archers. There are two mangonels there, so MarineLord will need to pull back from that. Knights getting good damage here. And this is an issue for MarineLord. MarineLord's being peeled back. Wham! Sending villagers forward for the forward wooden fortress. If Wham can get a second keep in this location, that could be amazing. He's fighting on the hill, but this hasn't got quite enough. Mango shot comes off from MarineLord. But there is a Springald on the field. This Springald is holding the key. Does take out... Well, I think with the second hit, if we went with the Mangonel, would have taken him out. Archers on archers. The two Mangonels for Wham. The siege really playing a big difference here. Two trebuchets pop out. For MarineLord going to look to take out this forward keep. And you just get the feeling that the stronger economy for MarineLord will come to play its part. But MarineLord actually lacking the villagers. 123 villagers for Wham. That's rather surprising. Despite only being on 2 town centres, maybe MarineLord stopped the production of those villagers pretty quickly. Or at least earlier than we expected. Another relic being brought in. That keep won't be standing for too much longer with the 2 trebuchets. Okay, so we see a bit of a transition now. So it's going to be horsemen for MarineLord. Horsemen archers for Wham. Looks like it's going to be mostly veteran archers on the front line. Look at the food income for MarineLord. It's coming down to those farms. Big fight here with 3 Springals on the field for Wham. That's going to look to take out the trebuchets. The keep is almost dead, but the village... Actually, there aren't any villages repairing. It's on fire. Mangonels do take a fight. Horsemen going to try and get rid of those. The horsemen going to dive underneath the keep. The keep goes down. The horsemen will take out the mangonels. Couple of knights there. Going to just try and get as many of these archers as possibly can. But the archers are veteran. Take down the knights. Another trebuchet comes out on the field. And the mangonel. And you feel like the siege for MarineLord just had a better impact here. MarineLord with the horsemen going to do a lot of damage in terms of meat shield at least. And the archers are behind. Going to clean everything up. The two knights do go down for wham. That's a problem. Mangonels get their hit as well. Obviously no friendly damage with the mangonels. And that's a key issue because now wham is struggling with the military. 13 military. MarineLord has 60. This is the big push. Things have snowballed to this time in the game. Forward farms. Not ideal placement for the farms there. Completely unprotected. And now Wham is under a lot of pressure. Archer's going to push forward from MarineLord. A lot of eco going to be taken out here. Villagers on the wood line. One trebuchet does get taken down by the horseman. And the Springald. Wham going to struggle here. 8 military on the field. 68 from MarineLord. This is only going to head in one direction. And Wham realizes it. MarineLord takes the third game of the set. He wins the series. He comes back from the first game, losing that. Wins the next 2 games. And progresses to the semi-finals.